Did you know that a parasite your cat carries could be controlling your brain and sex drive? Sounds like a plot from a science fiction novel, right? But hold on to your seats, because this isn't fiction. It's the real scientific world we're talking about. The culprit is a single-celled parasite known as Toxoplasma gondii, a mind-altering organism that lives in our feline friends and may have a significant impact on human behavior and sexual attraction. Now, let's delve into the science behind this mind-boggling fact. Our story begins with a tiny organism known as Toxoplasma gondii. This microscopic single-celled parasite, invisible to the naked eye, is a master of survival and manipulation. It is primarily found in cats, who play a crucial role in its life cycle. In the world of parasites, Toxoplasma gondii is quite the jet-setter. Its journey begins when a cat consumes an infected prey, say a bird or a mouse. The parasite then sets up shop in the cat's intestines, where it reproduces. The offspring, called oocysts, are expelled in the cat's feces, ready to infect other creatures. But the intrigue doesn't stop there. Toxoplasma gondii has an unusual quirk. It can only sexually reproduce within the intestines of cats. So it has evolved a rather ingenious strategy to ensure it ends up back in a feline host. When other animals, such as rodents, accidentally ingest these oocysts, the parasite alters their brain, making them less fearful of cats. This makes it more likely for the rodent to get eaten by a cat, allowing the cycle to continue. Now, you may be wondering, what does this have to do with humans? Well, humans can also become accidental hosts to this parasite. This can happen in several ways, such as handling cat litter, consuming undercooked infected meat, or even gardening in soil contaminated with cat feces. In humans, the parasite forms cysts mainly in the brain and muscle tissues. Most infected people show no symptoms, as a healthy immune system usually keeps the parasite in check. However, if the immune system is compromised, the results can be severe, leading to conditions like toxoplasmosis, which can cause flu-like symptoms, blurred vision, and in extreme cases, brain and organ damage. But how does this tiny parasite affect humans in such a profound way? The answer to that lies in its ability to manipulate our brain's chemistry, potentially impacting our behavior and even our sex drive. But that's a story for the next scene. So buckle up as we delve deeper into the fascinating world of Toxoplasma gondii. To understand its effects, we need to follow the journey of Toxoplasma gondii in the human body. Imagine you're at a picnic, enjoying a delightful sandwich. Unbeknownst to you, a cat nearby has left behind a little gift in the soil, and it's contaminated your hands. This gift is none other than the microscopic eggs of Toxoplasma gondii. As you indulge in your sandwich, the eggs are ingested and hatch into tiny parasites in your stomach. Now, these aren't your typical parasites. They're brilliant, resourceful, and have a clear mission: to reach your brain. From the stomach, they squeeze into your bloodstream. Like microscopic stowaways, they hitch a ride on your red blood cells, drifting along the river of life until they reach the brain. Once there, they burrow into the warm, soft tissues. They form cysts and lay low, evading your immune system's radar. In this clandestine hideout, they begin their insidious work, manipulating the brain's chemistry. They target the neurotransmitters, the brain's chemical messengers. Specifically, they're interested in dopamine, the neurotransmitter associated with pleasure, reward, and motivation. Toxoplasma gondii has a unique ability to increase dopamine levels, tipping the balance in the brain's delicate chemical ecosystem. But they're not done yet. The parasites also have a knack for altering the brain's immune response, preventing the body from effectively fighting back. They essentially put up a "do not disturb" sign, ensuring their survival and undisrupted manipulation. All the while, you're unaware of the silent drama unfolding within your own body. The changes are subtle, often going unnoticed until the balance is tipped too far. So we now understand how Toxoplasma gondii sets up camp in our brains. But what changes does it bring? Once in the brain, Toxoplasma gondii is no idle guest. It starts to play with our neural circuits. This tiny intruder, a single-celled parasite, is responsible for some fascinating behavioral changes. Scientists have found that the Toxoplasma gondii parasite can manipulate its host's behavior to its own advantage. And yes, that includes us humans. In humans, a Toxoplasma infection has been linked to an increase in risk-taking behavior. This might sound a bit outlandish, but consider this. One study found that people infected with this parasite were almost 3 times more likely to be involved in a traffic accident. Other studies have suggested that infected individuals may show increased aggression, impulsivity, and even a higher likelihood of starting their own business. And if you think that's intriguing, wait until you hear about the alterations in sexual attraction. In rodents, the effects of Toxoplasma gondii infection are even more dramatic. Mice and rats, for example, naturally avoid areas marked with cat urine. It's a survival instinct, as cats are their predators. But when infected with this parasite, this fear turns into attraction. Yes, you heard it right. The scent of cat urine, which should signal danger, becomes attractive to these rodents. This is believed to be the parasite's clever strategy to get itself back into the belly of a cat, where it can reproduce. The exact mechanisms of how Toxoplasma gondii manipulates our brain are still a mystery. But what's becoming clear is that this tiny organism can have a powerful influence on its host's behavior. And while the parasite's effects on humans are not as dramatic as in rodents, there's a growing body of evidence suggesting that it might be subtly influencing us too. Intriguing, isn't it? But what does this mean for us? The potential implications of Toxoplasma gondii in humans are still a topic of intense research. As we delve deeper into this microscopic world, we're uncovering some fascinating possibilities. Scientists across the globe are investigating the potential influences of this tiny parasite on our mental health and our sexual behavior. There's compelling evidence to suggest that Toxoplasma gondii might play a role in various mental health disorders. Some studies have found a correlation between T. gondii infection and the increased likelihood of schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, and obsessive-compulsive disorder. This is not a definitive cause and effect scenario, but rather an interesting link that demands further exploration. Moreover, changes in sexual behavior connected to T. gondii infection are being examined. Given that the parasite can manipulate its host's behavior to ensure its own survival, it's plausible that it could also influence human sexual behavior. This influence could manifest in various ways, such as altering sexual attraction or changing risk-taking behavior. Again, these are early days in this field of research, and there's a lot more we need to understand. It's also worth noting that T. gondii is not the only parasite that can influence host behavior. Other parasites, like the hairworm, can make their insect hosts jump into water where the worm can reproduce. This is a stark reminder of how parasites have evolved to control their hosts for their own benefit. It's important to remember that while these findings are intriguing, they're also preliminary. Correlation does not imply causation, and much more research is needed to determine the true impact of T. gondii on human behavior and mental health. We're still piecing together this complex puzzle, and every new discovery brings us closer to understanding the intricate relationship between humans and parasites. So, while we're yet to fully understand the extent of Toxoplasma gondii's influence on us, it's clear that this tiny parasite has a big story to tell. So there you have it, the fascinating tale of a parasite, a cat, and the human brain. We've journeyed into the world of Toxoplasma gondii, a single-celled parasite with a life cycle as complex as it is captivating. Found primarily in the feline population, it's a microscopic creature that has the potential to influence our lives in surprising ways. We've seen how this parasite maneuvers its way from the intestines of our feline friends into the environment and ultimately into the brains of unsuspecting humans. It's a journey that showcases the remarkable adaptability and survival instincts of this tiny organism. Once nestled in the human brain, Toxoplasma gondii may potentially alter our behavior and even our sexual attraction. Yes, you heard it right. It's a concept that's as intriguing as it is unsettling. Could this parasite be pulling the strings behind our actions, our decisions, our desires? We've also explored the ongoing research into the implications of Toxoplasma gondii. Scientists are working tirelessly to uncover the full extent of its influence and to answer the many questions that this parasite raises. It's a field of study that promises to challenge our understanding of the intricate relationship between parasites and their hosts. Next time you see a cat, remember, there could be more than meets the eye. Until our next science adventure, stay curious.